Hello my sweet friends and welcome to DIY with Nadia. Today we are making a patriotic wreath and this one is going to be all about the bow. We are going to make a gorgeous, huge, beautiful bow for this wreath and we're going to use this sign. We're also going to talk about how to make dark signs like this stand out a little better on our wreaths. So with that being said, let's get started. Let's go over the supplies. I'm going to be using this beautiful sign from the Dollar Tree. This 10-inch Deco mesh by 10 yards. And we're going to use the whole thing up. It does have the little stripes on the side. I love these. For the base of this wreath, I'm going to be using a 21-inch Deco mesh that's by 10 yards. For the ribbon, I'm going to be using this beautiful blue mesh ribbon and some red, the Star Patriotic ribbon. I'm also going to be using these beautiful red, white, and blue berries. Got these at Hobby Lobby. For pipe cleaners, you're going to need 18 for the wreath and then 4 for the sign. The wreath form I'm using is a 14-inch metal wreath form from the Dollar Tree. For this wreath, I'm going to be using the 18 pipe cleaner method, and since this wreath form has 6 sections, each section is going to get 3 pipe cleaners. If you've never done this is super easy. On rows 1 and 2, I'm putting 1 pipe cleaner, 2 twists, and then I'm going to face the pipe cleaner towards the inside of the wreath. Then on rows 3 and 4, I count from inside out. I'm going to put a pipe cleaner on one side of our center one, face it out, and then another one on the opposite side of our center one. Same thing, bring it together, 2 twists, and we're going to face the tails out. Continue doing this, going all the way around. When you're done attaching all your pipe cleaners, your wreath form should look something like this. 6 pipe cleaners on the inside, 12 on the outside. Now we're ready to attach our beautiful Deco mesh to make the wreath base. I'm going to start by attaching my Deco mesh to one of the pipe cleaners on the inside row. I'm going to make 10-inch loops going all the way around until I come back where I started. Then I'm going to go flat from the inside pipe cleaner to the outside pipe cleaner that is the closest to the one where I finished. And I'm going to start making loops once more. You can either do 10-inch loops or 9-inch loops. 9-inch loops are just fine because the difference between our pipe cleaners on the outside row and the difference on the inside row is quite significant, as you see. So 9-inch loops are just fine. The first thing I'm going to do is gather the edge of this Deco mesh, and you want to go in about 2.5 to 3 inches maximum. You're definitely going to have a little wave going on. Not a big deal. We're just going to pull these out and grab a little closer. Now that I have my tail gathered, as you can see, my Deco mesh is being rolled onto the table so that my loops are already forming as we're putting them on. I'm going to attach to my first pipe cleaner, twist or 2, and then I'm going to do something that's optional, but for me it's mandatory because I always just love that security of putting a zip tie on the tail. And I'm going to do this in the beginning as I'm doing now, and at the end, once we are done attaching the Deco mesh, I'm going off about 1 inch from the pipe cleaner to the side. What that's going to do is it's going to straighten out our tail and just keep everything nice and neat. Cut off the excess, and now I'm ready to make my 10-inch loops. My 10 inches is this light square right here. So I'm going to grab my Deco mesh and I'm going to keep it tight. If you don't keep it tight, you're really not going to have 10 inches. You might have a little more. So if you're trying to do 2 wreaths with this one roll, you may be off on your numbers if you keep it loose. So I keep it tight from one end to the other, and then I just attach it to the next pipe cleaner. My next 10 inches, just the same, and attach it to the next pipe cleaner, 2 tight twists. I am on my last loop, and I'm going to attach it right on top of where I started my inner circle. And when I do that, I'm going to go flat. What I mean, go flat means that I'm just going to keep this as tight as possible, then go to my next pipe cleaner, and twist. I've started doing something else to make sure that this does not move as extra security. I'm going to attach it on row 3, right where this is going down. And I know that this deco mesh is going to be secured, it's going to be in place, and my deco mesh is not going to be moving even if it wanted to because of this zip tie. Now I'm going to continue making 9-inch loops for the outside row. You can also do 10 if that's what you wish. And I'm going to go all the way around. We are almost done with the base of this wreath. I'm measuring my last 9 inches and I'm going to cut off the excess. Then I'm going to put the tail right over where we started. 2 nice twists. I'm zip tying this tail in place on row 3. The next thing you want to do is open up all the poofs. Grab the whole poof, find the beginning, one of the ends. Depends if you're left-handed or right-handed, which way you're going. And you just hold it and stretch it out until you open it up. That's it. Next, I'm going to be cutting my beautiful white 10-inch deco mesh, and I'm going to be cutting 10-inch strips and 36 pieces. This is basically going to be the entire roll, and we're going to make little curls out of these. I brought the wreath back in because I wanted to explain why I'm going to be using the berries only on the outside pipe cleaners, and that's because our sign is going to go right here, our bow is going to be right here. So basically this inside row is going to be covered, plus we're going to have the curls everywhere, so this is going to get filled up. Therefore the berries are going to be our beautiful outside accent. I'm going to be cutting the berries at approximately 12 inches. And the reason I say that is because I like to go in between the berries to cut them, just like that. Then the next one, starting here, ending right there. So as I said, approximately 12 inches in length. And I'm going to be cutting 12 of these. Everything is set and we can now attach the curls and the berries to the wreath form. I'm going to start by attaching 2 curls to each set of pipe cleaners on the inside row, and then on the outside row we're going to do 2 curls and also the berries. After I curl it up, I like to have about 1 inch in diameter while laying flat. I'm going to clip that, then I'm going to curl the next one. I'm going to do a little bit of a crisscross, and then I'm going to attach it to our pipe cleaner. 2 twists. I know that I'm not going to be adding anything more to this pipe cleaner, so I'm just going to twist it up a little bit, and about 1 inch from the connection I'm going to clip off the excess pipe cleaners, fold in half and fold back. Our curls are on the inside row. Now I'm going to move on to do the outside row. Let's make curl number 1, curl number 2. Going to crisscross these, and then we're going to grab a piece of a berry, twist it in place, and I'm going to continue twisting for about 1 inch and then twist in half and back. As far as the berries, I'm going to kind of just stick them out because I want them sticking out at the edges of this wreath. And off I go, doing the same thing, going all the way around. All our curls are on, and the berries, they are going to be so pretty when this wreath is done. To attach the sign, I'm going to use 4 corners of the sign, and then grabbing 4 pipe cleaners, I'm going to fold them in half and make a little seat at the bottom, just like that. I usually cut these about 1 inch by 2 inches. A few of you asked where I get my white hot glue. You can get it at any craft store. Then grabbing my felt piece, I'm going to put over that, and it's just going to seal that pipe cleaner in place. I love doing this because I know my pipe cleaners are secure. We are ready to make our beautiful bow. I'm going to be using a bow maker. If you don't have one of these or are looking for one of these, I always have a link in my description box and also in my Amazon store. Besides the ribbon I showed you in the beginning, I also decided to add some white. I'm going to be making 6-inch loops. Therefore, my tails are going to be at 8 inches. I like to make my tails tails about 1.5 to 2 inches longer than my actual loops, just because I do like to do dovetails, and that kind of takes it away from the length. Measuring my 8 inches, going to put it right in here. And then since I have a double-sided ribbon, I'm just going to be making 6-inch loops. There's my first 6 inch. Then I'm going to go to this side at 6 inches. And then you can either measure off 8 inches or just measure by the tail you already have, which is what I'm going to do, and then give it a little cut. What I also like to do is I'll put this tail on this side. The reason I put one tail on one side and the other one on the other side is because I want things balanced out after all the ribbon is already on here. So now I'm going to take my white ribbon, measure off 8 inches, and this one's going to go up. Same thing, this is a double-sided ribbon, so we are just going to go 6 inches, make a loop, 6 inches on this side, and we can bring it down. I'm going to measure against this tail because we're keeping them all at 8 inches in length. Now I'm going to be using the beautiful blue ribbon, measuring off 8 inches or so, putting it down, and of course this is double-sided, so we are just making 6-inch loops, which means they're 12 inches all together. My 6 inches on this side, 6 inches on the other side. The tail's going to go on the other side. Let's cut this off. And now we're adding our gorgeous star ribbon. Same thing, let's measure off our 8 inches. This ribbon is one-sided, so every time I make a loop, I'm going to twist. Just like that, measuring off my 6 inches. Every time I come to this middle part, I'm going to twist, measuring 6 inches. And if you're going to make another loop, you twist again and cut it off right here. I'm going to put my bow to the side and grab my berries. Same thing, measuring them at about 12 inches. And I think I'm going to do 3 of these. I decided to incorporate them in between layers. I'm going to have one on top, of course. And then these other 2 I'm going to incorporate between the other ribbon. That way they can be sticking out everywhere as we're putting all of this together. Grabbing a zip tie or a pipe cleaner or a floral wire, whatever you like to use. We are going to bring this all together. I just trust a zip tie more than anything. This is just a 4-inch zip tie. It's a small one. So after I hear a few clicks, I'm going to move this part to the back, cut off the tail, and now I'm grabbing a pipe cleaner, a few twists in the back, and we're ready to attach to our wreath. As I'm trying to add my bow here and there, I decided to actually move my sign up a little bit so I can put my bow on a corner right here, kind of in the kitty corner from this side. And that is why we don't attach too much in the back, is because while you're making the wreath, things can happen. You can change your mind, and this just makes it easier until you have that final picture of the wreath. I'm going to completely move this up. So that means, yes, I'm going to be moving some of these curls out. Oh, this is going to be pretty. And then this bow is going to go right here. The sign is all attached, and now we can attach the bow. I'm going to go in the corner. That looks good to me. Going to go back to the top, grab a jute cord, make a few ties, and that way we can hang this wreath. Also, if you want to cover the back of this wreath, this is a good time to do it before you start making everything pretty in the front. I like where the sign is, so I'm securing the sign pipe cleaners in place. I should have done this before I attached the bow to our wreath, but I'm going to make dovetails next. And as you can see, I'm just folding the tails in half and cutting a little corner. Now comes my favorite part, and that's just start opening everything up. The tails, I'm going to move them towards the back, and all the loops towards the top. These loops are quite large, so they're easy to play with. The loops that are in the back, you want to bring them up, and what I do is I put one hand in one, the other hand in the other, twist them, and by doing that, I'm bringing them up. Just like that, our wreath is done. Look at this beautiful bow. I just kept on fussing with it until I liked it. And as you can see, the sign stands out really nicely. And that is because I took the brightest color in the sign, in this case, it's white, and brought it to the wreath. I made the curls. I even put a little bit more white in the bow, but it's not always white. Sometimes it's ivory, sometimes it's yellow. It depends on the sign, of course. But in this instance, we have white outlining the wording. We have white in the United States map. So white was the right decision to bring the sign out. And as you can tell, we have white all around, even though we have blue peeking in everywhere from our base. Overall, I think this wreath is nicely balanced with some red, white, and blue. Well, what did you guys think of the wreath? I think it turned out big, beautiful, and I love the way that bow turned out. All the poofiness, the more you play with it, move those loops around, the prettier your bow will get. If you are new to this channel and would love to see more wreath tutorials, don't forget to like and subscribe. As for us, I think we're going to say bye-bye and thank you so much for being with us. Louie, did you want to say bye to everyone? Bye, guys.